Welcome to this particular discussion on what is a deferred MBA. Okay, so what we're going to look at this is what exactly is this deferred MBA? Is it an MBA? Is it different from an MBA? Or what is the advantages of a deferred MBA over an MBA, etc., etc. So that is a quick discussion we're going to have through. First of all, before explaining what is this deferred MBA, what are the options, where can you apply, etc., let us understand what is a deferred MBA. Now, when you look at a regular MBA program, right, the first condition they put across is you require on an average of 4 to 5 years of work experience. Okay, 4 to 5 years of work experience, because a regular MBA program is very practical in nature. You learn a lot of case studies for which a prior work experience in any domain is always required there. Or the other alternative, what you guys can do is you can apply for a program called as an MIM program, which we have just discussed in our previous video. I hope you would have gone through those videos. So again, what is the advantage of MIM program? It's meant for college students and freshers. This 0 to 2 years of work experience. Ideally, a college student or a fresher or with early work experience is preferred for an MIM program. Now, what is an other option? Okay, where you don't want to go for an MBA, wait like 4 to 5 years and then do a regular MBA program, or you don't want to even go for an MIM program. But can you get an early admit to an MBA program much before your 4 to 5 years of work experience? Is that possible? Definitely yes. And that's what a deferred MBA exactly means. Okay, if this is very confusing, I'll put in a nice graph and show you what is this deferred MBA. Okay, let's go through it. Now, first of all, first condition, okay, first condition for applying for a deferred MBA is you must be a college student. A current college student, okay, because everybody was once a college student. I'm talking about you have to be a current college student, which means when you're looking at this video and you're looking forward to apply for a deferred MBA program, you must be ideally in your pre-final year. Okay, I'll write it here, pre-final year or your final year. Okay, the moment you cross this stage, in your entire lifetime, deferred MBA is not eligible for you guys. Okay, so that's why we have recommended this videos only for college students, which means only you are eligible to apply for a deferred MBA program. So what typically happens is that during your undergrad, that is during your pre-final year, final year itself, you have to make a decision that you're going to apply for a deferred MBA program. Put inside your application to your B school. Okay, what the B school will do is it will look at the application, it will holistically take a review at it, then it will take a call whether I need to give this guy an admission or not. Let us assume your profile is excellent. You do a lot of extracurricular activities outside your undergrad, specifically for engineers. So you don't have a work experience, right? You're going to straight away start your MBA program, right? So how will you prove to your B school that your candidature is very, very apt for that? Then means your profile should be very, very strong, right? So let's say you do every necessary things for a deferred MBA program, okay? You apply, send your application to the B school. The B school likes your application a lot. It gives you an admit. But there is a catch. What is that catch is, you need to wait for ideally 2 to 3 years to do your MBA program there. Okay, the school will tell, look, during your undergrad, you have sent your application. Okay, you have sent your application. I will accept you, give you a seat. Okay, your seat is confirmed. Your seat is 100% confirmed. Okay, but I'm going to give you a small condition. Please go back to the industry, work comfortably for 2-3 years, any domain, whether it's technical or managerial or techno managerial or research, any domain. Please go there, work comfortably for 2-3 years. In these 2-3 years, I will hold and reserve your seat. Okay, then come back to my B school after 2-3 years, do my regular MBA program itself. Okay, now look at this irony, right? A regular MBA program requires what? 4 to 5 years of work experience. Okay, 4 to 5 years of work experience, whereas much lesser than that, less than 4 years of work experience, you are eligible to do an MBA program. That's why this option is called as a deferred MBA program. The meaning of that is you defer your admission or defer your entry into an MBA program. So by working comfortably for 2-3 years, gaining your seat experience. Now, why does a college do like this? Is very simple, guys. See, when the college is able to accept you much earlier for an MBA program, it means that it has a lot of trust in you. Okay, it has seen a lot of value in your profile. Something what regular candidates take 4 to 5 years, you are able to do that in a span of 2 to 3 years, and you're able to prove that during your undergrad itself, you're a very valuable person to the college. So the college doesn't want to leave you anywhere outside. So it's saying that don't wait for 4-5 years, go work somewhere, get lost and all these things. During your undergrad itself, showcase and forecast your talent. I will accept you. Okay, now that's what this deferred MBA means all about. Now, where are the schools that you can do your deferred MBA? What are the programs that you can apply? What are the different countries? Let me quickly run you through that. Okay, but the unfortunate thing here is that, okay, unlike a regular MBA or an MIM program, deferred MBA options are very, very limited. In fact, I would say in the entire globe, we only have these many B schools that offer a regular MBA program, I mean, deferred MBA program. And look at this irony, right? In the entire world, of course, US, which is known for B schools, has a bunch of programs for it. India, okay, has one school by the name Indian School of Business. Okay, Indian School of Business, which has this program by the name ISB Young Leadership Program. Okay, in fact, ISB YLP is a program that has been inspired from the Harvard 2+2 program. Okay, it's not copied as such, it's an inspired program. They created the same module to have it in India. So, very similar for all these programs. Apply during your undergrad, reserve your seat, go out, work comfortably for 2 to 3 years. Okay, come back to these B schools and do your regular MBA program there. Okay, so Harvard calls it by the name Harvard 2+2 program. Stanford calls it by the name Stanford MBA, or it's even called as a early entry option. Okay, University of Booth Scholars has this program. In fact, Yale also has this program, guys. I forgot to mention here. Yale has this program. It's called as a Silver Scholar program. Okay, it's called a Silver Scholar program. University of Buffalo has it. It's called the 2+2. Rutgers Business School names it as Future Leaders 2+2 program. As the name suggests, right, you're a future leader and the school is capturing you very, very early. Similarly, ISB calls it by the name Young Leadership Program. Okay. Now, I had told you, right, the criteria is that the moment you have crossed your undergrad, you're not even eligible to apply for this program. Do you think this is an exaggeration? Definitely not. That's a hardcore fact. Why? Because let me take the best B school, Harvard. I'll explain you in detail. In fact, the program name itself goes as College Students 2+2. Okay, College Students 2+2. And the website itself is saying what is the application process for the same. Okay, I'm going to quickly run through that. If you look at this, right, read the eligibility criteria very clearly. If you are in your final year of study, you are eligible to apply in your current application timings. Okay, if and only you are in your pre-final or your final year, you are even eligible to apply. So what are the candidates? Candidates from bachelor's degree program or candidates who have done their joint bachelor's and master's. For example, integrated 5-year MSc MTech programs, or candidates from master's degree who have not held a full-time work position other than internship or co-ops. To be eligible for 2+2 program, candidates need to have gone directly from undergrad to graduation school. So the important point here is the school is explicitly saying the moment you walk outside any college campus, undergrad, postgrad, etc., you start working in an industry, you are not eligible to apply for my program. Okay, that's why this program is exclusively kept aside only for current college student. So the ambition is such that, you know, the school wants you to understand that you are interested in management at a very, very early stage, and you have to prove for that, because once you get an admit, you need to work comfortably for 2-3 years, right? And then only you can come back and do your MBA program. That's why the criteria is very, very strict here. So hopefully this video gave you an information on you know, what is this deferred MBA program, why it is highly recommended for college students. Because look at this, guys. When you look at a regular MBA program, right? When you look at a regular MBA program, okay, people with more than 4 years of work experience apply for it. Up to people with 10 years of work experience apply for a regular MBA program, which means there is a large span of pool, okay, large span of pool of people who are applying for the regular MBA program. You take MIM program, again, people with less than 2 years can apply. At the same time, highly recommended for college students, MIM program, that is also relatively a much larger pool, but comparatively less than an MBA. It's much more less competitive compared to an MBA program. Whereas deferred MBA program, okay, it is only meant for college students. Only for college students. So you are the only pool that you compete with. Okay, so which has a much higher rate of chance of success. Now we'll take the same Harvard as an example. Basically, I talked about this 2+2 program, right? If you look at Harvard, right, the regular MBA option has 2 entries. What is the 2 entries? One is a regular MBA program entry, where you take 4-5 years of work experience, get a, you know, a skyrocketing GMAT score of 740, 760 or whatever, build a very strong profile, get into Harvard, excellent. Okay. The other interesting option is your deferred MBA option, which is basically called a 2+2 in this particular case. Okay. If you look at the success percentage, what do you mean by that is 100 applicants apply to Harvard, one guy would get a seat a regular MBA program route, okay, whereas 10 guys would get a seat via a deferred MBA or a 2+2 option, which means the success percentage here is 1%, and in this particular case it is 10%, much higher. See, I'm not saying 10 is a very high number, but compared to 1%, 10 is a much relatively high number, and we're talking about Harvard and not some XYZ school. Okay, so for example, you take Rutgers or you take Yale or you take Chicago School of Business. All these are relatively much easier to get into compared to your regular MBA program in Harvard or anything. So hopefully this video would have given some insights about what is this deferred MBA program, why it is exclusively meant for college students. So further details about this deferred MBA programs and different MIM options, we have more such videos. Kindly subscribe and look at our channels. Thank you so much, guys.